Hello brothers of the Northwest Province. So this may be kind of weird. Why is Chris posting a video? I just kind of wanted to give you guys an update. This is a new thing I wanted to do called a Satrap update. Essentially, the executive committee and the committee chairs all submit a quarterly report, but to kind of increase transparency and kind of just fill you guys in on what we've been doing, I thought a video would kind of sum it up quickly and be a good idea since the reports don't actually get a lot of traffic. So first I'll start with our vice satrap Megan, aka Hand of the King. So she's been doing a lot with our province planning committee that's co-chaired by Presley, and they've already assigned committee members to be on subcommittees at the host chapter. They've also started to create a list of things to do in Boise for our next Winter Province Assembly. That'll also be contributory to a hype video. They've also collected a bunch of budgets and itineraries. I thought that would be helpful to kind of kickstart a host chapter. I do want to get a Winter Province update. So we did send out that survey on the dates that our Winter Province could be. So people really didn't have an opinion, or they thought that President's Day weekend was still the best weekend. The idea was to maybe reduce costs on travel and hotel, but the long weekend was more favorable still, so we just kept it. And thanks to tremendous help from Grand Regent Mancini, we've gotten the hotel booked, we've gotten the conference room for our business meeting at his hospital, and then we also have the spot for our banquet. So a lot of stuff has already been done on the Winter Province front, and so that's been a really nice development. Another point of emphasis I wanted is to start reaching out to Beta Pi and Epsilon Xi and kind of jumpstart our next Summer Province Assembly and Winter Province Assembly. I think the more time they have, the more they can price compare with venues and hotels, and just kind of give us a leg up in terms of our options and to just be more prepared. So next I got Izzy Wong, aka Olympic heavyweight lifter. So she's been up to a lot of good stuff too. If you guys haven't seen on the listserv, she's been utilizing that a lot. But also she's created a list of contact information for our Northwest Province officers, as well as created a chapter roster. She's also created a secretary Facebook chat to just increase inter-chapter relations, also to increase our communication between secretaries for any struggles they have, any communication points they need. Izzy's also been really strong at promoting our Northwest Province calendar, posting that and getting the secretaries to update that information. Next up, we got Treasurer David Lowe, aka Master of Coin. So David's been hard at work, already filed our taxes, and a big emphasis last Winter Province was our budget, and just trying to make sure that we're not running at a deficit, and so he's really focused on making it manageable long term. Since David's a brother from Delta Mu in Canada, he can't be our primary contact for our bank, so it's actually Megan, and she actually got a card made for our province bank. This can be utilized for reserving hotel blocks for deposits and stuff like that. A lot of host chapter school policies might not let them do that, or they may not have a card. So this is something that we can utilize to help host chapters with their Winter Province organization. Another focus of David's term as treasurer is to create a Venmo account. This can be used just for simple transactions and kind of just modernize what we can do monetarily. Next up's our historian Angie, aka Drogon, aka the T-Rex you'll see running around at GCC. She's been hard at work with recognition of Founders Days of our chapters. That's been a really cool development, especially on our Instagram page, which she's been utilizing a lot more lately. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but it's a good follow. Another thing Angie wants to do is create a Brother of the Month to really just highlight brothers over the course of the year and just show our province what we've been doing. And then we've also started the groundwork for our province report, which I really can't wait for you guys to see at GCC. I think it's going to be really good. Next up, we have our chaplain, Cynthia, aka Ghost. She's really been focused on Reach Out and Read, but not just our book donations and our monetary donations, but also just having a voluntary date where our chapters go to the next location or the closest location to them and volunteer their time to read to kids and stuff like that. And I think that'd be really good for our relationship with Reach Out and Read. Cynthia's been working on an Adopt a School Day. This is something that she experienced in Hawaii that could be really cool for our community to give back, and having each chapter kind of find a school to help improve. Next up, Webmaster Judy, aka Officer Hops, aka the PY1 and the baby of the group. So she's really striving to utilize our province calendar. So she's actually combined 10 different calendars into one right now. And you can see that the secretaries have added this events to it, and it's been really cool to see. It's all populated with stuff that's going on from different chapters, and that's on our website. Judy's also been really crucial to some of the shirt designs, and then she also made that poll that's on the province website, so go vote. We're just trying to pick out a design to try to sell as much as possible to fundraise at GCC for the province. Another really cool thing that Judy wants to do is revamp our front page of our website to kind of increase traffic and just make it something that's easier for you guys to use. We're going to put in our Instagram feed on it, latest news around our province, and also the events calendar that we've been talking about. Last but not least, our GCC delegate and all delegate, Britt, the bride-to-be, and Alex, our GCC hype beast. So as many of you saw, we had our GCC bracket challenge for March Madness. And that was kind of a new development. Alex and I had heard from our brother Sarah Dykstra at Winter Province, and so we kind of just took that idea and ran with it and just see what we could do. And we actually raised $386, and we were able to send someone without affecting our budget to GCC with a free registration. The winner was Johnny Wong, and Johnny actually transferred the winnings to Delta Mu, so Sam Chu could go and be a delegate for their chapter, and so I'm really happy that Delta Mu is going to be represented at GCC. Brittany and Alex have also created a brochure to kind of help brothers navigate our week at GCC. Brittany and Alex are going to also continue to follow up on our delegate and proxy forms for GCC. Those are due by June 15th, and they have to be witnessed by a notary, a registered notary, as you sign it. So make sure you guys get that in too before the deadline. They're also going to continue to promote GCC. The next deadline is June 20th for standard registration. It's like $25 more than the early bird, so you should get on it. Make sure you get in by then, otherwise you're going to be in the late registration zone, and that's a little bit more expensive as well. So our audit and finance committee is co-chaired by Marina and Melissa, and they've just been up to some of the new merch ideas that were on the poll. They also want to do more province-wide fundraising, possibly with like local restaurants and stuff like that. And also they're going to audit the expense report. Our graduate development committee is co-chaired by Celine and Audrey. So they actually developed a new graduate brother list and the recently graduate brother list, as well as grad chapter rosters. They also created the graduate newsletter, which is pretty cool. That was really featured new events around for other chapters, such as grad rituals and things along those lines to just improve graduate involvement and attendance. So our GCC advancement committee is co-chaired by Brittany and Alex. And the focus of this committee really is going forward after GCC. It's going to be on fundraising and just trying to create as much money as possible to send brothers to GCC at a reduced cost. Our interchapter relations committee is co-chaired by Ethan and Izzy, and their main focus here is just connect our chapters as much as possible. And so some of the new ideas they've had are utilizing a pen pal from a brother from another chapter. Brother of the month is another thing that they want to do. And then also a white elephant gift exchange come the holiday season. Our legislative committee is co-chaired by Johanna and David, and one of the things that they're focused on is a set of house rules, something that Justin and I saw at MAP last year, and that was something that we thought was kind of interesting, and just to kind of go through that process and see if it would work for our province. Obviously, it would be voted on at the next Winter Province Assembly should it come to fruition. They'll also be reaching out to the chapters soon for input on any bylaw changes, so just keep an eye out for that. Our risk management committee is co-chaired by Rachel and Lindsay. So they're just compiling a safe rush event list and just adding to the one that we already have established. And then another thing that we really focus on come Winter Province time is that they'll go through the events that have been selected and make sure that they're in line with our risk management guidelines. So our awards committee is chaired by Helen, and she's really been working on streamlining the awards process by creating a standard criteria or an outline on how the different awards will be scored, just to make it as easy as possible. She's also been in contact with the webmaster and wants to create an awards page, just so we can see who's won in the past, and then also the criteria for the awards that are coming up. Well guys, that sums it up for the officer and committee reports. Since this is the first time that I've done this, I kind of would like feedback on if this was helpful or not. If it's a waste of your time, it's also a waste of my time, and I don't really need to make it. But it's something I thought would be good for communication with you guys. So last thing before I go, I will be going to GCC, and I really hope to see you guys there. it really is, in my opinion, the best event Capizai has to offer. I know it's costly, and we're students and we're racking up that debt, but it really is something that could change your career. I know it changed mine. I met lifelong friends there that really helped me develop as a pharmacist, as a leader. They even helped me get my residency. I had a few brothers not from our province, and they looked through my CV, they looked through my letters of intent, and they really helped me along that process. So a lot of my success has been contributed to, even all the way back to GCC. So I think that's something that you should really consider, because you never know what could happen. I know GCC definitely changed my life for the better. So just something to consider when you're doing that risk benefit that we all do as a pharmacist. So if you made it this far, thank you for watching. I'm proud to be your brother, and I'll see you at GCC. Respectfully submitted.